All right. I can do that. No, I like that.
I'll put some music behind it.
Because they wrote this summary. It's a good one. Better than they come up with.
I don't know. Southern bastards. I'm drinking Kentucky Jack Daniels whiskey.
I'm drinking water out of a mason jar.
How were them ribs?
You can almost see them.
I know. What a buck.
Hey, Larry, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Into the music and into the show. Hi, and 4, 3, 2, 1. 4,
6, 12, 9, 7.
Hi, and welcome once again to Seattle's #1 comic book podcast, dedicated to the first issue of your next favorite comic. I'm Larry.
I'm James.
And this week, it's episode 94. Jeez, James.
We're almost up to a century.
We're almost up to a century, and we're going to talk later about the 1Es, which is coming up. But right now, we're going to talk about Southern Bastards, and James is going to do the summary.
And a quick do we do like a warning when things are mature content? Mature content advisory. The title has bastard in it.
Yeah. Adult language. Adult themes.
It's not really though. It's not one of the worst books we've read.
No, but it does have good for you, and also spoiler alert because we are
It's not that gory actually.
It's not that gory, but it has a simmer to it, doesn't it?
But I'm not sure what you mean.
It just feels like right on the edge of
17.
Well, it's adult, but it has that
just like a white wing.
It's gonna break into something like violent.
No, it's adult.
It's adult. So we're doing episode 94, Southern Bastards,
by Jason Aaron and Jason Latour.
And James is gonna do the summary.
And we've seen Jason Aaron before. He did Star Wars.
Thor.
What else did he do? He did Scalped.
Scalped, one of our favorites.
Yeah. So, but let's give you a little summary of Southern Bastards here. According to Comixology.
Southern. I was going to say Southern accent, James.
Oh, okay. I was going to do a hoity-toity.
No hoity-toity.
I was going to do a Chinese accent.
Boston accent.
Welcome to Craw County, Alabama, home of Boss BBQ, the state champion running Rebs football team, and more bastards than you've ever seen. When you're an angry old man like Earl Tubb, the only way to survive a place like this is to carry a really big stick. From the acclaimed team of Jason Aaron and Jason Latour, the same bastards who brought you Scalped and Wolverine, Japan's Most Wanted, comes a Southern fried crime series that's like the Dukes of Hazzard meets the Coen brothers. On meth.
Very good, very good. See, that's a good setup, man.
Hey. Yeah, no, that's they really leaned into the bastard aspect of it. Like they're really trying to push this bastard, they're trying to push he don't give a shit, you know, but really, okay, my first reaction here, Larry, is this main character guy looks really old.
Crazy old.
He looks so old.
He's big,
so how old would you say he looks?
He looks 70.
He looks easy 70.
It's silly. It's silly to think that it's silly to think that and I'll probably get some backlash on this. It's silly to think that Harrison Ford's going to step on your neck.
Yeah. No, this guy looks more like jeez, who's the guy from Lonesome Dove?
Oh, what is that guy's name? Robert Duvall.
He looks more, he's more like Robert Duvall.
Yeah, and Robert Duvall now.
Yeah. He looks like Robert Duvall in that one did you see that one where he lived by himself in the woods and then like made his own furniture, and then he made like a lottery for all his stuff because he decided he was going to die?
No.
It was really good, but he was so old in that.
Robert Duvall's made a lot of movies.
But then the thing is, when you read the comic, it said that he played like it gives you an actual kind of an age to figure him out. It says he played football and then he left, and that was 40 years ago, and then he came back. So he's got to be like 50.
Yeah, so if he played football in high school, so he would have been 18 years old after high school.
40 years ago.
So that puts him at 58 years old.
58, okay. You think he looks 58?
No, he looks 75.
Like a lot of 58-year-olds still have all of their hair.
Yeah.
All of their hair color. Their neck isn't like a turkey neck.
Well, let's get into this because
he's in shape. Like, he's a guy who's in shape.
Yeah, he's in shape.
Very in shape 70-year-old.
He's got that barrel chest and those big arms.
Yeah.
But, yeah, maybe Latour drew him a little bit older than his. What do you think about this first page?
But I really like an old guy. But they should have just said 50 years ago. It's been 50 years since he left. Say it's been 100 years since he left.
Yeah, he's 117 years old, but he's still gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, he don't take no gruff. Well, okay, and then another thing is, this plot of the story is like, this old guy, he comes back to town,
clean out his family house.
After his father died, and he's coming back because like a member of his family who was living in the house is now too old and has to go to like a hospice or whatever. And so he's coming back home to clear everything out. So then maybe they can sell the house or something like that.
He's only going to be in town for 3 days, so he says to somebody he's talking to on the phone.
Yeah, good hook. Who could that person be?
Right.
And also saying that he gave himself a time limit, which by the end of the issue, he ups to 2 days.
Right, because some stuff goes down that he is just like ready, like, why did I ever come back to this?
I don't need this in my life anymore.
Right, I don't need this in my life. I should go pages instead of panels, because we'll be here all night.
Yeah. But, okay, so in his childhood house, his dad's grave is in the backyard, and a giant tree grew on the grave. That's a big tree.
Yeah, it grew up through the
40 years.
Yeah.
Like starting from a seed.
Well, I don't know how fast the tree grows in the South.
That's a big tree. I mean, I guess it could have started on day one, and it's been very healthy.
Right. So
actually, what kind of tree is that? I'll go to that.
So there might be some.
No, look at how big that tree is.
Well, I have to say, like, when I've read this series, I'm continuing to read this series. I think issue 17 came out just recently. So
it's on the edge of 17.
And
it's like
and they've never taken this road, but I'll kind of a spoiler here. This tree, I don't know. I don't want to spoil too much, but
it looks like he's going to chop it down. But at the end, he's kind of chopping it down.
Oh yeah, he gets ready to chop it down, and he chops it down. But there's some back and forth between.
But does he make his own giant stick out of it, like out of the natural?
Well, that's the part that I was just I want to spoil this, and this was
Wait, is that a good guess? Was that a good guess? You know, in the natural, when the lightning bolt strikes the tree and he makes, what's the name of the bat?
Because this is so silly, because lightning does strike this tree, and he pulls a giant stick out of the tree.
What was in the Simpsons parody, what did Homer name it?
I don't recall. I don't
what was
recall. I
remember. The natural, though. Do you know what he Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy.
But
what is the secret to your power?
But in here, I was just like, This is a grounded story. These are human people. This is not a superhero
it's not
comic.
fantastical.
It's not fantastical. That particular part did not belong in this book. And I argued that in the club when I saw that. I was like, what is this all about? But here he is.
But The Natural isn't like a sci-fi movie. You know, it's not really a fantasy movie. It's just got that little bit of suggestion to it. Or does it play too hard a little?
I think that's what they've done here too. They've added this sort of little bit of suggestion to it. But yes, so maybe this tree isn't...
It's not quite Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, maybe this tree isn't 40 years old. Maybe it isn't as big as he's looking at it. And
it's a little magic tree.
There's something else going on here. But all the while he's reminiscing and cleaning this house out, he is reminiscing about the day that his dad was shot and killed on his front porch.
Yeah, kind of defending him, it seems like.
Kind of defending him. And
or like doing what is just and what is right.
Doing what is just and what is right. And we see all of this through this great montage.
Through violence. Violence is what is right.
Right, but we see this great montage of
Isn't that always the case, Larry?
Violence is always the way, always the answer.
Yes. I think we should give all the school children big sticks.
Well, that wouldn't be fair because some of the school children would be carrying knives, and this guy's got a revolver.
Yeah.
And my favorite panel.
Our guy's got a mustache, so no kid can really stand up against that.
And also one of my favorite panels is this this guy getting the guy with the knife getting crunched in the stomach by this sheriff and his big stick, and he's got a taking care of business tattoo on his arm.
Yeah,
this is great art. We'll talk about the art.
Every way.
I love this. I love this montage.
Is that Bad Company?
Yeah, Bad Company.
Yeah.
So this montage is great because you see him like he's the paneling is flicks the light on. There's old photographs on the wall. All of them are
photographs and memories.
Are all pictures of his dad and then like the clippings of what happened to his dad after.
And I almost don't know if his dad is a good guy. Like, it seems like he was doing a just thing, beating these guys up. But, like, as we start to find out how this town seems to be all corrupt in some kind of way, like, everyone's kowtowing to this boss character, that, like, and then our guy tries to, like, even go to the sheriff, our main character tries to go to the sheriff, and the guy who's trying to help is like, hey, you don't know about this town, buddy, like, the sheriff is not going to help.
Yeah, don't go to the sheriff.
Don't go to the sheriff.
Just get out of town.
Yeah, and he's got a crazy look in his eye, but he kind of does in every panel, so I wasn't sure how much.
That is such a great character. Dusty, what's his last name? Dusty, but
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty is such a cool character. He's like never without a cigarette. He's got like this football jersey with the sleeves cut off.
Yeah.
I don't think his last name.
That's a good look.
No, that's a terrible look.
No, I think with the camo baseball hat and the blood red eyes.
Oh, his eyes.
I'm surprised his teeth are so white because one of the details I like this artist does is they'll make the person's teeth not as good.
Oh yeah,
like just a little yellow or like a little short. But this guy's got decent teeth.
Dusty's held on to his teeth. Maybe they're dentures.
Yeah, probably exactly.
But Dusty's in trouble with this unintroduced, but very much spoken about character named Boss. And he is waiting at a cafe, a barbecue place owned by the boss, where he knows he'll be to plead his case.
This is where Boss comes after the game.
Yeah, this is where Boss comes after practice, and he's pleading he's hoping...
Oh yeah, after practice, not even after a game.
He's hoping to plead his case, give him a few...
So you gotta assume Boss is the coach.
Yeah.
Because what other adult would be at practice?
Oh,